you leave alone. No partner waiting when you come home. No one asking what's for dinner or where you've been. Just you, your space, your silence. And yet somehow the world keeps asking questions. When are you going to settle down? Don't you get lonely? Aren't you worried about ending up alone? As if you aren't already alone. As if that isn't exactly what you chose. Here's what they don't understand. You're not alone because something went wrong. You're not alone because no one wanted you, or because you're too difficult, too independent, too much. You're alone because somewhere deep inside, something in you knew. This is what I need. And that knowing, it terrifies people. A woman living alone without a man isn't just making a lifestyle choice. She's breaking an ancient, unspoken contract. She's refusing to organize her life around someone else's needs. And in doing so, she's stepping into a kind of power that Carl Jung understood deeply, but that our culture has tried to bury for centuries. Today we're going to explore what Jungian psychology reveals about women who choose solitude. Not loneliness, solitude. There's a profound difference. And by the end, you may realize that what the world calls your problem is actually your path. Because that quiet apartment, that empty second pillow, that life you built on your own terms, it may be the most radical act of self-creation you've ever undertaken. Jung observed something that still makes people uncomfortable. A woman who lives alone is forced to develop parts of herself that partnered women can sometimes avoid. When there's no one else to handle the finances, fix the leak, make the decisions, kill the spider at 2 a.m., something happens. You meet yourself, all of yourself. Jung called this the animus, the inner masculine energy that exists within every woman. It carries qualities like logic, assertion, independence, action. In relationships, women often project this energy outward onto their partners. He becomes the decisive one, the protector, the problem solver. And slowly, unconsciously, she forgets that these capacities live within her too. But the woman alone, she cannot afford that forgetting. She must develop her animus consciously. She must become her own protector, her own provider, her own source of strength. And in doing so, she becomes psychologically whole in a way that dependency never allows. This isn't about becoming masculine. It's about integration. It's about reclaiming parts of your own psyche that you were taught to outsource. There's another truth Jung would recognize. A woman living alone has space to hear her own voice, and that voice has been suppressed for a very long time. Think about it. From childhood, women are trained to attune to others, to sense what the room needs, to adjust, accommodate, smooth things over. This is the feminine gift of relational awareness. But it comes with a shadow. When you spend your life listening to everyone else, you can lose the ability to hear yourself. Solitude strips that away. There's no one else's mood to manage, no one else's needs to anticipate, no one else's expectations to meet. Just the raw confrontation with your own desires, your own thoughts, your own truth. And at first, that silence can feel terrifying. You might not even know what you want. You might realize you've been living someone else's life, following someone else's script, wanting things because you were told to want them. But if you stay in that silence long enough, something begins to emerge. Your own voice, faint at first, then clearer, telling you who you actually are. Jung would call this the beginning of individuation, the process of becoming your true self, and it requires exactly what solitude provides: space, stillness, freedom from the constant pressure to perform for others. Now let's talk about what happens in that space. Because solitude doesn't just reveal you, it transforms you. Jung spoke often of the shadow, those parts of ourselves we rejected, hidden, denied, the anger we weren't allowed to feel, the ambition we were told was unladylike, the sexuality we learned to suppress, the selfishness that is actually just healthy self-interest. In relationships, the shadow often stays buried. We're too busy managing the dynamic, keeping the peace, maintaining the image. But alone, the shadow has nowhere to hide. It comes up in your dreams. It emerges in your restless nights. It whispers in the moments when you wonder why you feel so angry, so hungry, so dissatisfied. This is uncomfortable, but it's also sacred work, because every piece of shadow you integrate becomes available energy. Every denied part you reclaim becomes fuel for your life. The woman who has faced her own darkness is no longer afraid of it, and that makes her extraordinarily powerful. She doesn't need someone else to complete her. She has done the work of completing herself. There's an archetype that Jung would recognize in the woman who lives alone. Not the maiden waiting for rescue, not the mother defined by her children, not the wife defined by her husband, but something older, wilder, more dangerous to the established order. She is the woman unto herself, belonging to no one, answerable to no one, whole within her own being. In ancient times, this woman was feared and revered, the priestess, the oracle, the wise woman who lived at the edge of the village. She held power precisely because she was unclaimed. She had access to knowledge that domesticated women could not reach, because she had time and space to go inward, to listen, to know. Our modern world has tried to erase this archetype. It tells you that living alone is a waiting room, a placeholder until real life begins, a deficiency to be corrected. But your soul knows better. Your soul recognizes that some women are meant to walk this path, not because they couldn't find a partner, but because something in them is being forged in the fire of solitude, something their partnership would have interrupted. And here is the deeper truth. The woman who has learned to be alone, truly alone, without desperation, without apology, without constant searching for someone to fill the space, becomes capable of a different kind of love entirely. She can be with someone without losing herself. She can love without clutching. She can give without depleting, because she is not looking for someone to complete her. She is already complete. If she chooses partnership later, it will be from wholeness, not from hunger. And that is the healthiest foundation any relationship can have. Jung understood that the goal of human life is not happiness, it is wholeness. And wholeness requires that we develop all parts of ourselves, not just the parts that make us palatable to others. The woman who lives alone is engaged in this work, whether she knows it or not. Every bill she pays herself, every decision she makes without consultation, every night she spends in her own company, learning that she is enough. It's all building something within her. She is not missing out on life. She is living her life, the one that belongs to her. So, if you are that woman, the one with the quiet apartment and the freedom and the occasional loneliness that feels like growing pains, know this: you are not broken. You are not incomplete. You are not running out of time. You are becoming. You are doing the ancient and necessary work of knowing yourself. And that work requires exactly what you have: space, solitude, sovereignty. The world may not understand. The world may keep asking when you're going to find someone. Let them ask. You are not waiting for someone to find you. You are finding yourself. And there is no more important work than that. Your solitude is not your exile. It is your initiation. And when you emerge, you will carry a light that was forged in the darkness of your own becoming. That light belongs to you. It always has.